Hello, everyone. My name is Shakia Kegler. I'm a Navy veteran, a procurement specialist, and the founder and CEO of Govlia. Govlia is a cloud-based platform that simplifies state and local procurement processes to increase the participation for small and diverse businesses in this space. For example, right now, the city of Mountain View is preparing for their annual Independence Day event, and they want to purchase 80,000 promotional products to pass out during the event. They also want to meet their diversity goals. So they want to purchase it from a woman-owned or minority-owned company for a contract of $250,000. To award this contract, they need a minimum of 3 bids, but they've only received 1. So the question becomes, why aren't small businesses participating? Through our research, we identified that lack of knowledge is an issue, but the number one issue is the complexity of the process. In addition to that, the government agencies' processes are so archaic that no one wants to deal with them, and they operate in a decentralized manner, so everyone's processes are completely different. But our solution allows small businesses to be able to create one profile, one time, and use this same profile to get registered and do business with multiple government agencies. And it only takes 10 minutes. So what we really want to focus on is increasing the number of small and minority-owned businesses in this space. Our team is directly at the intersection of government and technology. I have over 7 years experience as a purchaser while serving active duty in the Navy and also selling products and services to the government as a small business owner. As you can see, we are literally at the intersection and we are GovTech. But our competitors in this space is pretty steep. We're going up against large suite solutions that provide products and services for procurement teams to better the process for them. But they completely neglect the small businesses in this process, and that's where we come in. So our competitors are actually potential collaborators in the future. And our competitive advantage is that we're the first to market with a solution for collaborative procurement that is 100% paperless, easy to use, and it provides access to opportunities equally and transparently, saving time and money for both the small businesses and the government agencies in the US who are protecting and supporting this $99.8 billion GovTech industry. We're in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, so we decided to test our market there. We started with the local small businesses and government agencies in the state of Florida. Throughout that process, we've hosted over 100 interviews and partnered with organizations such as the Urban League of Broward County and the Hispanic Unity to provide resources and services for the small businesses in that community, in our communities. We've also started this company in 2017, and since then we've had significant traction in a market that is always so reluctant to change. We went through the Startup Now Accelerator with Broward College, and we completed the Startup School, Y Combinator Startup School Accelerator as well. Last year, we won the Grace Hopper Celebration for Pitch Her competition for first place, and this last week, we've been selected to participate at the Global Entrepreneurship Summit to represent the United States in Amsterdam. Our business model is simple. It's a freemium model that upgrades to premium packages. The small businesses can utilize the platform for free, but upgrade to a monthly subscription, and we also make money through contracts with government agencies. Going to market, we focus so much on partnerships and working with organizations that were already tasked with the mission that we wanted to carry out, which is also a part of our ask today. We want to also continue to partner with these organizations to provide these services and resources to these small businesses. Because we understand that small business ownership is at the heart of economic growth and development in America. And our platform not only simplifies this process in the government contracting space, it increases economic opportunity and business development and growth for women-owned, veteran-owned, and minority-owned companies, but more importantly, the communities we represent. So thank you so much for this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to the feedback.
Yeah. Great, thank you, Shakia. Should we start with the questions from Allison?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. That was a fantastic presentation, and you have a wonderful sense of presence.
Thank you.
Of course. I am really excited by this. One of my partners is Adrian Fenty, who used to be the mayor of DC, and one of our main things that we are interested in or excited about is GovTech stuff, and I love your joke about the willingness to change.
Oh, yeah.
When you're selling or like going to partner with the government, what is your point of contact, or who are you looking to make the deal with in the specific agencies?
Okay, perfect. Thank you for that question. So for us, because we're focused on increasing opportunity at the small business market, we start with the supplier diversity teams, and then sometimes they don't necessarily have a supplier diversity team, so we move to procurement, or sometimes the CRA are actually taking on that role as the supplier diversity teams. And we usually work our way into connecting with them to figure out what their pain points are, and that's where most of the interviews come from, to figure out what the pain points that the agencies are hearing from the small businesses. So that way we can build something around that for the business owners who really just don't have time to go through this process. So.
That makes sense. Thank you. And then another question. How are you building out, or like your customer acquisition strategy for both these small to mid-sized businesses as well as the agents or the governments?
Okay, perfect. Thank you for that question as well. So the small businesses that we're focused on initially have been the businesses that are already certified for woman-owned, veteran-owned, minority-owned, or any of the hub zone, historic unutilized business zones, any of those certain certifications, because the businesses, in order for the government to receive that diversity goal, that business has to be certified. So we started with those, and then we branch out to businesses that also fit into those criteria, but just need a little bit of help getting into the space or understanding the process, and then we move on. So for the government side, it's actually different, and that's why I was saying we started in Florida, because I thought it was better to start in that regional area to try to work with the government agencies there. So we actually had the opportunity to partner with one of the local cities to get started on a pilot to actually help us test out this model with them.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great presentation.
Thank you.
Would love to hear, you've been working on this for 2 years. You're working with a kind of a very particular and somewhat difficult stakeholder group that doesn't adopt technology. Would love to hear kind of what lessons or kind of unique insights have you gathered in the last kind of 2 years around how do you lock in these government agencies? And is there a special sauce? Is there a process? Is there the way that you're telling the story that gets people to kind of sign up and kind of move forward?
Okay. So that was one of the issues that I actually struggled with getting into this space. And that's why I felt like, oh man, I'm supposed to be so much further ahead at this point, right? But you find out that because someone's always trying to sell something to them, the approach that you take should be completely different. So I had to change my approach to go in to ask questions, ask for advice, sit down, and then present to them, hey, this is what we're working on. I think it'll be a great idea if you could actually just support us in terms of mentorship or any of those areas. And that's how we kind of end up working our way into the deal a little bit, but also understanding that sometimes it won't always be so open, and someone so open and willing to sit down and speak with you. And a closed door isn't always, the end all be all. You maybe can come back later and it's a little crack, so.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for your presentation. I particularly liked it because I'm from Florida, Orlando, so already a huge fan. But similar to Ali, we've done a couple of GovTech investments, and so this is a space that we know fairly well, and it's a hard space to be in, partially because, and this goes to the sales point, it's a long sales cycle.
Yes.
It's highly educational, it's highly consulting, it's very expensive, and oftentimes the contract sizes can't bear the cost of the sales. And so can you talk a little bit about what are the projections around how you think of the contract sizes on the enterprise side of the business?
Absolutely. So for the enterprise side of it, we kind of also have a freemium model where we work with them in terms of allowing them to use the platform to register their vendors as well. So that allows us the opportunity to have a larger pool of vendors. And then we go up based on different services that they have. So if they want to add in the certification, where it'll be automatic click for multiple certifications. And this benefits the businesses, and it helps the government agencies keep their numbers fluctuating as well. But in terms of that question, you want to ask for projection, like number projections? I'm sorry.
Just getting a sense of like how large these contract sizes can get for you all,
okay.
It's to see how you can bear the cost of the long sales cycle.
So the size of the contract really just depends on what customizations they need. So we actually have one contract that we're in negotiation with right now for $250,000. And that's because they want to customize logo here and all over the place. But if they want the work done, we're willing to do it for, you know, the funds for it. So that's it.
Perfect. Thank you, Shakia. Thank you.
Oh.